Most people don't fail because they lack talent, intelligence, or opportunity. They fail quietly, slowly, and politely because they made a deal with comfort. Not a dramatic deal, not one signed with ink, but a subtle agreement made over time, one small choice after another, where ease began to feel more important than effort and familiar routines felt safer than growth. Comfort does not announce itself as the enemy. It arrives dressed as rest, stability, security, and convenience. It whispers, not shouts. It tells you that you've done enough for today, that tomorrow will be a better time to push harder, that you deserve to relax because life is difficult. And the tragedy is that comfort is not wrong in small doses, but when it becomes a lifestyle, it slowly steals the very future you once dreamed about. Growth, on the other hand, has never been polite. Growth demands discomfort. It requires you to stretch beyond what feels safe, familiar, and easy. And that is precisely why most people avoid it. I once knew a man who had everything he said he wanted: a steady job, predictable hours, a modest home, and weekends that looked exactly like the weekends before them. He wasn't unhappy, at least not in a way that was easy to describe. He was comfortable. And comfort can be confusing because it doesn't feel like failure. It feels like you're doing okay. He would talk about dreams the way people talk about old photographs, with fondness but no intention of returning. He had ideas of starting a business, learning a new skill, improving his health, and becoming someone he admired. But every time the conversation drifted in that direction, he would smile and say, maybe one day when things settle down. What he didn't realize was that things never settle down for those who are growing, and they never change for those who aren't. His comfort had convinced him that tomorrow would be different without requiring him to be different. Comfort has a dangerous way of convincing you that staying the same is safer than becoming more. It trains you to protect your current situation instead of expanding your potential. It tells you to avoid risk, avoid embarrassment, avoid failure, and avoid effort, even though every meaningful achievement in human history required all four. The truth is that growth does not happen in places where everything feels under control. Growth happens when you feel stretched, uncertain, and slightly afraid. It happens when you wake up early while your bed begs you to stay, when you study while others are entertained, when you speak up while your voice shakes, and when you act before you feel ready. Comfort asks for nothing, but growth asks for everything you've got. And that is why comfort wins so often. There was a time in my own life when I confused comfort with progress. I was busy but not improving, active but not advancing. I had routines but no momentum. And the danger of comfort is that it allows you to be busy without being effective. You can fill your days with activity and still go nowhere. You can repeat the same year 10 times and call it a decade. Comfort keeps you occupied while quietly disconnecting effort from outcome. It lets you feel productive without demanding results, and the longer you live there, the harder it becomes to leave, because comfort doesn't just shape your schedule, it reshapes your identity. You start to believe that this is who you are, that this is all you're capable of, and that wanting more is somehow ungrateful or unrealistic. But growth does not care about your excuses or your comfort zone. Growth responds only to action. It rewards those who are willing to endure temporary discomfort for long-term transformation. Every skill you admire, every discipline you respect, and every success you envy was built by someone who chose discomfort over ease repeatedly. They did not wake up one day magically disciplined or confident or successful. They became that way by doing what was hard when it was hard, by choosing effort when comfort was available, and by understanding that the pain of discipline is always lighter than the pain of regret. Comfort also has a clever way of lowering your standards. At first, you tell yourself you'll do less just for today. Then today becomes a habit. Then the habit becomes a lifestyle. Then the lifestyle becomes your limit. What once would have bothered you now feels normal. What once motivated you now feels unnecessary. And slowly, almost invisibly, your potential begins to shrink to match your comfort level. Growth requires the opposite. Growth demands higher standards, stronger commitments, and the willingness to be uncomfortable longer than others are willing to tolerate. It requires you to hold yourself accountable even when no one is watching, and to push forward even when progress is slow and praise is absent. There is a powerful illusion that comfort creates. The illusion that you have time. Time to start later. Time to change tomorrow. Time to fix things when they get worse. But time is not generous to those who wait. Time rewards those who act. Every year you spend in comfort is a year you could have spent building strength, skill, confidence, and freedom. Comfort delays the work while compounding the cost. Growth, on the other hand, compounds the reward. Small disciplines practiced daily create massive differences over time, just as small comforts indulged daily create massive regrets. I've seen people wait for motivation before they move, not realizing that motivation follows action, not the other way around. Comfort tells you to wait until you feel ready. Growth teaches you that readiness is built by starting before you feel prepared. Confidence is not the cause of action, it is the result of it. Strength is not something you find, it is something you earn by carrying weight you once thought you couldn't handle. Every step outside your comfort zone expands it, but every step avoided shrinks it. That is the quiet trade most people never notice until years have passed. Growth also requires humility, because discomfort exposes weakness. It forces you to confront what you don't know, what you can't yet do, and where you need to improve. Comfort hides those weaknesses by allowing you to stay in environments where you are already competent. Growth places you where you are inexperienced, challenged, and occasionally embarrassed. But that embarrassment is temporary, while the skill you gain is permanent. Comfort protects your ego but robs your future. Growth bruises your ego but builds your life. There is nothing wrong with rest, but rest should prepare you for growth, not replace it. Comfort should be a reward, not a residence. The problem begins when comfort becomes your destination instead of your recovery. When you stop asking more of yourself, life eventually stops offering you more. Opportunity follows growth, not the other way around. Responsibility expands with capability. Freedom increases with discipline. These are not popular ideas, but they are true, and truth does not change to accommodate comfort. The moral of this story is simple but demanding. If you want more life, more confidence, more success, and more fulfillment, you must be willing to endure less comfort, not recklessly, not endlessly, but deliberately and consistently. Growth lives just beyond the edge of what feels easy. Every day gives you a choice between the discomfort that leads to progress and the comfort that leads to stagnation. One builds your future, the other protects your present at the cost of everything else. Comfort feels good now, but growth feels good later, and later lasts much longer than now. Choose wisely, because the life you want is always hidden behind the comfort you must leave behind.